NCAA Football 25 is the best sports game in the past decade. And I'm not even lying to you. I mean, come on now. Is there any type of game that you wouldn't call a masterpiece whenever it's got Big Red in the game? Okay, masterpiece may be a little bit of an overstatement, but this is still a really good, fun, quality football game that I was completely shocked even ended up being half decent. I mean, it's still running on the Frostbite engine. The graphics look almost the exact same as Madden, maybe a little prettier, but still, I was not expecting this game to be as good as it was. Like, I'm dead serious. And I'm not really a game critique, but I'm going to try my hat into that field today. Here is my review for CFB 25. I just wanted to give a real quick warning right before I begin, though. I haven't played the game as much as some people have, especially that have reviewed it, but I honestly had such a blast playing it at first that I just decided to do this review now. So if there are some things that I leave out, just let me know in the comments section. But anyway, let's get right on into the show. I just also wanted to give off one other warning. The only games that I have played in NCAA Football 25 are Road to Glory, Dynasty, and Play Now. I haven't touched the online yet, so if Road to the CFP is garbage, let me know. I know that Ultimate Team is going to be garbage, so you don't have to tell me about that. But anyway, now we can officially get into this review. Now, obviously, we have to start out with the gameplay, which has kind of been the talk of the town whenever it comes to this game. Now, if I'm being honest with you, okay, there are some people that are blowing this game completely out of proportion and telling you that the gameplay sucks. Here's the thing. I'm not trying to throw shade at Ryan Moody because if I'm being honest, the truth is he just values other things in a sports game that I don't value as much. And I can respect it. He wants a simulation game. I just want a football game that I can have fun with. That's fair. That's completely fair, and I completely understand where he's coming from for not liking this game. Because, yes, it's not really that simulation-based, but it still is a very fun experience nonetheless. And I am very grateful that I got to see a good EA football game. It's really fast-paced. There's a learning curve. My gosh, I still haven't gotten good at the game yet. Like, I'm bad at this game, but I love it nonetheless. It's just so much fun. I'm having a great time, and I don't know how else to describe it, man. It's just so much fun. Now, yes, offensive linemen will miss their blocking assignments. Defensive backs will forget what their job is for a little bit. But that does not take away from the fact that the gameplay did not disappoint. And, if you're somebody that's looking for fun gameplay, this is the game for you. If you're a sim head, you may want to go back to playing All Pro Football 2K. But I have a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun with this gameplay, and you will too if you value fun first. Let's also go into the game mode that I probably have logged the most minutes, hours into. That would probably be Play Now, if I'm being honest, because I'm just trying to learn it right now. But here's the thing. The Play Now, it's engaging, and it keeps me coming back. And I feel like that's all you can ask for from a Play Now. I'm still trying to learn the CPU so that way I don't look like a complete buffoon whenever I'm playing online with my friends or something. I mean, I already got schooled today by one of my buddies, so, I'm just hoping that I can improve enough to the point where whenever all my other friends get the game, I don't look like I am Nathan Peterman or something like that, So, overall, the Play Now is also fun. I feel like that most of my thoughts on Play Now were in gameplay, so yeah. Now moving on to the presentation. I'm going to be speaking from personal experience here, mostly just because the only stadium that I've been to in real life in college football is Neyland and MTSU's stadium, but let's be real, they don't really have that much tradition if we're being honest. But the tradition and the presentation in this game is absolutely insane. You feel the crowd's impact on the game. You can barely even get snaps off. Your quarterback and running back sometimes have no idea what they're doing. Combine that with the fact that you're also going to enter the game and you're going to have Neyland just blasting Rocky Top, the power tee, the little sign that they slap up top. Like, it's just incredible to see this in an actual football game in 2024. And that's all that I can really speak on because I don't know that much about the other stadiums. I know that Iowa's waving tradition is also in the game at the end of the first quarter. So overall, presentation is also pretty great, if I'm being honest. Now let's talk about the first game mode that I personally played in CFB 25. Because I loaded into the game, realized that I was bad, so I just decided, hey, why not go ahead and play Road to Glory before I get my feet wet in a nice dynasty? So, here's what I gathered. Overall, it's a good experience. Like, I had fun with it. It wasn't, like, controversially bad like Face of the Franchise, and it's probably the best career mode that I've seen in a modern sports game. And you want to know why? Because it doesn't have crappy cutscenes. It doesn't have some type of corny storyline about, oh, I gotta beat out my buddy Tommy. No, it just has sports, and it gives you opportunities to live the life of a sports player. And it just doesn't try and shove marketing straight in your face. Also, I will say one of the biggest negatives of this, though, is that there's no high school, and I feel like that people will agree that that was probably one of the best parts of the CFB 25 Road to Glory, or like the best parts of NCAA Football 14's Road to Glory. So if you're upset about that, I 100% understand, but that doesn't mean that we still don't have a decent career mode. You have to balance your leadership and your GPA. Got to make sure that you're not getting suspended because you're not working that hard in the classroom. But you've also got to make sure that you've got good chemistry with your teammates. And you got to go to practice, upgrade your player. And also there are NIL opportunities. I personally absolutely love CFB 25's Road to Glory, and I think that it is worth giving a shot. And finally, moving on to the mode that I probably have the most to say about, Dynasty. Oh my goodness. Overall, this is the best mode in CFB 25, and it's not even close. This is an absolutely awesome experience. First, you got to start out. You got to make your head coach. You choose whether he's a recruiter, tactician, or motivator. And based on that, you will see what your skill tree ends up being. Or if you don't want to start out as a head coach immediately, you can take over as the offensive or defensive coordinator for a big-time school, then go after a head coaching job after you've gotten your feet wet. There's also incredibly deep recruiting in this game mode. You can DM a player, you can search their social media, contact their closest friends and family, or you can even send the house. But all of this leads up to a hard or a soft pitch, which almost basically decides whether you are going to get this recruit or not. I only had a couple of minor instances where I have not gotten a recruit where I have gotten a recruit even though I didn't ever make a pitch to them. You also have incredible control over your coordinators. You can hire them, you can fire them, like you can decide what you want your coaching staff to look like. Do you want it to look more balanced, or do you want it to look like, heavy on recruiting, heavy on smarts, heavy on motivation. Like what do you want your staff to look like? Also, you genuinely feel like that you're rebuilding a program, you will be the cupcake game for a very long time if you pick a small school. Like, it's not going to be immediate, like you can just go in there and immediately upset number 5 Ole Miss is MTSU. Trust me, I've tried. Like, you've actually got to work for this. And you've also got to work in recruiting. You can't just go out and immediately go after 5 and 4 stars. I also tried that because that's what I could do in NCAA football 14. And I thought, hey, if it worked in NCAA football 14, I'll bet you it works in CFB 25. But no, it doesn't. And I could not be more grateful for that because that makes this game even better and it makes it even more deep and it makes it even more interesting overall. So, this may be the best recruiting and the best dynasty overall that I have ever seen in a college football video game. Overall, this game is not the simulation game that sim heads have been looking for years. But that's okay, because it didn't have to be. For me at least, as long as it was a fun gameplay experience that would let me at least hit a couple of deep bombs and that I would also be able to have deepness in with good recruiting and a good road to glory, then I was fine with this game not being the most realistic. And I know some people thought that this was going to be the most realistic game since All Pro Football 2K8. Whatever. I really don't care, quite honestly, that this game isn't as realistic as that game. So if I'm being honest with you, but keep this between me and you, I had more fun playing CFB 25 than I did with All Pro Football 2K8. I was underwhelmed to the max playing All Pro Football 2K8. I was told that it was going to be this absolute gem of a game, this masterpiece, but I just thought it was okay. I mean, it's better than whatever the heck Madden has been, but it still wasn't that amazing. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. I had more fun with this than I have any other football game, NCAA football 14 included. So that means I'm going to give this game a 9 out of 10. But anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because I know that there are going to be some sim heads that watch this video and be like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. This game was a 2 out of 10 max. And then there are going to be some dudes in the comment section that were just like, dude, you underrated it. It's like a 10. So, I just want to know, what do other people think of this game? Let me know your thoughts down below. But that's going to do it all for me. This has been a rundown of CFB 25. I love y'all.